Oh, hello. Whoa, what on earth? It's been a while since I've had that bug. I was docked on this planet, seriously. I thought I was still docked. Ah. Oh. Right, well, as it happens, I don't believe I need to be docked on this planet, because I've already done what has to be done with it. I think AB5C. And just check that, really. But anyway, yeah, hi. Welcome to the stream. I was streaming earlier on Twitch and it wasn't giving me any of this nonsense. What on earth is going on? What the heck? I didn't do that. I didn't do that. I haven't touched any of my mouse keys. What's it doing? I'm not doing that. There's something very weird going on here. I'm gonna land just because. Why does it keep doing that? I'm not using the discovery scanner. That's a. Right, I'm gonna log out, log back in. Sorry about that, guys. No, that's the. I kept honking the discovery scanner for no reason. I certainly wasn't clicking to do that. Let's try again. Discovering new bugs as a form of exploration, I suppose. I thought they'd got rid of the whole log out whilst docked, log back in, you're not docked issue. Okay. Is the discovery scanner going to do anything? No, so far so good. I'm going to just double checking the system map here. So this is where we are. So I'm not the first to discover this star system, but I am doing a lot of mapping, which is I am getting first map for. So question is, yeah, I've already done first footfall here, so it's time to move on. So we've done 5C, we've done 5B, we've done 5A, we need to do AB 5E. There's a bit of a rocky start.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
So the good news is I have ordered a webcam, so hopefully next week's stream you will be able to actually see me. At least in theory. Also, more good news. Since I fiddled around with my Streamlabs settings, I don't appear to be getting lagged frames anymore. Today's Twitch stream did not involve any lagged frames, and I'm hoping that today's YouTube stream also doesn't involve any lagged frames. Now my output is only 30 frames per second, and that appears to have very much helped the situation. So they've noticed that there wasn't a stream last week. I didn't quite pull the throttle back in time there. Looks like this moon's got its own moonlet.
Surface scanned by 50%. Surface scan complete.
Oh, very good. That's 5E. What's that one? Yep, 5EA. We'll do 5EA once we've done 5E. Strange how all those raised light areas have got dark brown lines around them, like somebody's outlined them with a pen.
Orbital flight engaged.
I'd very much like to be able to see planets with bodies of liquid on them. Oceans and lakes and stuff like that. I never realised at first in the game that you couldn't land on all the planets. And I'd seen a screenshot somebody had made. Well, it wasn't really a screenshot as such. They made a picture that showed like an SRV on an Earth-like planet, and I thought it was real from in-game, but it wasn't. It wasn't. It was like an artist's impression of what they imagined it would look like to land an SRV on an Earth-like planet. But even if we can't have Earth-like planets anytime soon for landings, because that really would be quite the effort to pull off billions upon billions of procedurally generated planets on a one-to-one scale. That being said, wouldn't be a bad place to start by just giving us a little bit of liquid on some of the planets, would it? You know? A water ocean here, a sulfuric acid lake there. Obviously you wouldn't want to land your ship in anything that was compositionally deleterious to the structural integrity of the ship, but that would make an aspect of gameplay, wouldn't it? Because you'd use your composition scanner to like scan a body of liquid, and it might tell you whether either through temperature or through chemical composition it was harmful, and you wouldn't be able to land there, because in the same way that you can't land where there's, you know, rocks and stuff, you have to wait till the ship goes blue. It won't go blue when you were hovering over the stuff, but if you still attempted to land in it, it'd start damaging your ship. You get like corrosive damage if you tried to like belly down in a lake full of sulfuric acid. So that's where the composition scanner would come in handy. Just an idea. Right, let's get out and have a little dance in the moonlight. That's cool. There we got the gas giant with its ring system, and our own moonlet.
Warning. Dangerously low temperature detected.
Yeah, my suit will protect me. Don't worry about it. Let's take the photograph. Do, 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 do. Right. Low gravity. And got the ship still looking pretty good, despite the adventures we've been on. Paintwork's looking very good. Nice. think I've ever actually jumped onto my own ship before like that. I don't think I have. Maybe that wasn't the wisest thing to do. I mean, what if I'd have died? I'm on a long exploration here. I ought to not do such dangerous things. Right. Okay, that's AB5E. Next we're going to that moon there, or the moon of the moon, which I've taken to calling a moonlet. Of course, it's smaller than this moon.
Landing gear retracted.
Let's go, let's go.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage.
I was having that earlier as well, where the thing was peeping at me to align myself with the escape vector, despite the fact that I'm more aligned with it than I normally have to be to get off a planet. Ordinarily anything over 45 degrees and you're good to go. But it's been getting very weird lately, where I'll stick myself at 90 degrees and it's still having a go at me.
Surface scanned by 50%. Surface scan complete.
Okay. Pockmarked all over with little craters, isn't it? Because if you've got an atmosphere, then less will get through.
Orbital flight engaged.
Some of the meteors will burn up as they come through the atmosphere, but if you haven't got one at all, I mean, everything's going to get through, isn't it? Meaning pock marks everywhere. I wonder why it is that POIs that are crashed ships aren't always in craters. Because they should be, really. Because, I mean, if a ship crashed into the surface of a planet, it'd leave a crater. I've been to loads of crash sites, and instead of having craters, which they should have, they have a bunch of skimmers guarding them, which I can't see any reason for why they'd be there. You know. But what do I know? Oh. Is it me? Or did that look like there was stuff that was geologically active with, like, stuff coming out of it? We didn't pick up any geological activity on this planet. Or this moon. Could have sworn. I could have sworn that I saw something with gas coming out of it. Must be mistaken. Well, I'll be able to look back at the video at any rate.
Warning. Dangerously low temperature detected.
You must have been imagining it. A trick of the light, perhaps. What fun. There's the proper full-sized moon. There is the gas giant. Right, well, is that one done? Now, sure, somewhere in the system I'd actually found some life. Something had shown up as having biologicals on it. Sure. Right, it's ABE, AB5EA. So just, I think, AB5F here to do. There are a lot of bodies in this system.
Landing gear retracted.
So many things to see in this system.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
And considering this is a moon in the same planetary system that I was in, it's quite a way to get to 5F from 5E. Yep. I can start scanning that now. It's not very big. Pardon me.
Surface scanned by 50%. Surface scan complete.
Oh yeah, I just remembered something I wanted to do. Just hold on a second there. Yes, I really need to come up with a way of actually adding a proper screenshot to that, really. There we go. Right. That's that done. Right. Yeah. Just land on this.
Orbital flight engaged.
I'm 100% convinced there's at least one planet, and only one planet in actual fact, in this whole system that has some bio on it. This obviously ain't it, but there's still a lot more to map here. Rather a lot actually, when one's trying to keep track of it all.
Landing gear deployed.
There we go. Bit disconcerting the way the scatter rocks seem to only become visible when you slow down. And I know I was travelling a little bit fast, but I wasn't travelling so fast that you wouldn't actually be able to see the rocks. These things look like shadows. Are they perhaps invisible rocks or not? It's hard to tell whether it's patches of discoloration or not, because well, I can put a footprint in it, so probably not an invisible rock then. Probably just discoloration. Patches of discoloration. Yeah, you can see that because I mean actual shadow and then patch of discoloration inside the shadow. Right, well, that's that. What have we got next? Done all the AB2 stuff. Did AB1, didn't we? Did we? No, yes. So we did all the AB1 stuff. Did B1 and B2. AB4. Well, that's new. Do the AB4. AB4H being the nearest body in that planetary system. AB4. AB4H. And so on.
Landing gear retracted. Frameshift drive charging.
Hmm.
4,
There we go, that's
3,
more like it.
2, 1.
That's normally what
Engage.
happens. See, 43 degrees. And that's steep enough to get an escape vector. So if you happen to come and watch this live stream as a video on demand and you happen to like it, then please subscribe to my YouTube channel and tap the notifications bell to be informed of when I post new content. I typically post new edited content every Friday, and I typically live stream every Sunday. But you know, in your busy life you might easily lose track of exactly when these particular streams are, since they're not at that fixed of a time. So if you just subscribe and hit notify, you'll be made aware of it through the magic of the internet. Most likely via your smartphone, which is a handy thing. Obviously it helps me out to know what it is that people are liking, so if you like this, then let me know by actually clicking on the like thumbs up thing. Because it will inform my choice of future content. I look at how many views different videos get and how many likes different videos get and stuff. If you don't like it, don't feel you've got to hit the dislike button either. Because like I would have said, the dislike button is really there for like when something's genuinely really bad and very wrong and you want to go, "Urgh, this is terrible, don't do this again." So if it's just a case of didn't like it, you know, don't hit the dislike thumbs down for that, because it's unnecessarily harsh. I mean, us YouTube creators are just out here creating free content so that people can be entertained and enjoy themselves. You know, I could be outside in the sunshine having fun, but instead I'm inside having fun playing Elite Dangerous. This last week I spent more time than usual outdoors because I was trying to do some product photography, and the problem was it was so hot that my phone kept overheating and it kept shutting the camera app. So I'd be able to take like maybe six or eight shots, and then the phone would just be like literally so hot it would burn my hand when I held it, and then it would just be like, I've got to shut it down because I'm too hot. So I have to take it inside and put it in the coldest place in the Gecko lab while it cooled down. And I was also hot, but I was trying to push on. But the thing is that to do the product photography, I've also got iron stuff, get all the creases out of it so it looks all nice. And you really don't want to be ironing when it's hot. All hot and steamy ironing on a hot steamy day, even doing it outdoors, which is what I was doing, because I was actually using the ironing board as like a table, because it's like a folding portable table, really. It's the nearest thing to one I've got after all. So yeah, plenty of outdoor time, making the vitamin D and doing my work, of course. the photographs that I did take is not all the photographs that I wanted to take as a result of the
Surface
overheating
scanned
foam problem.
by 50%.
And of course I've got to edit the photographs at least a little bit, and
Surface scan complete.
then actually list the stuff, because it's all unlisted things really. So many new products and I haven't listed them yet. And then some of you might be thinking, well, why aren't you doing it now then, when you're wasting your time playing computer games for? But there is a saying, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. If I want to keep my brain sharp and keep the work that I do of a high quality, then I need to spend some time doing other things and letting my brain stretch and relax in different directions. Ultimately, it's better for one's productivity. Still some very, very reflective spots on the ice down there. It's 0.1 G. So about the same gravity as there is on the moon. I mean the moon of Earth. Luna. Wonder. Tempting as it is to use this time as I'm coming into land to check the system map and try and find where that planet was where I'd found that there was some life. I'm not going to do that because the risk of crashing, small as it is present, and I shouldn't be taking any risks at all. Otherwise, I'll have wasted all that time mapping things and travelling. We're not having that. Oh no.
Landing gear deployed.
That last little bit was a bit of a bump. Took out 10% of the shield. You can now actually see exactly how much those little bumps take off your shields. Now you've got the percentage number there. Now, instead of an FPS, they could just as easily have added on a golf mechanic. But you know, I wouldn't have wanted that particularly. I'm not someone that plays golf, but it reminds me of when they played golf on the moon, and then I just thought, planetary golf. But yeah, let's not give them ideas here. Okay, well that's 4H. 4A is the next nearest.
Landing gear retracted. Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
It's right the other side of the planet to us, unfortunately. So I really just want to climb away as quickly as possible and then loop back round. Yeah, we're good. Let's stay focused here and not overshoot. Feeling a bit spaced out. Probably need to drink some more water. This isn't going to be like a super long stream today though. It's not going to last longer than 2 hours. At some point I'm going to like rebrand my streams
Surface scanned
with my own
by 50%.
personal sort of branded graphics.
Surface scan complete.
That's geologicals, fumaroles and geysers. I've already got my credits for scanning in this system. Something's broken with the geological scanning. I'll actually put a bug report in with it now, because you used to be able to get the codex discovery credit for each different kind of geological feature in a system, and now you only get credit for the first one that you scan in a system, and every other kind of geological feature, even though they're different kinds of feature, you don't get any credit for scanning them. So if you like scan a water ice geyser and then you find like an iron magma lava spout, and you try scanning the lava spout, you don't get your 2500 Codex Discovery voucher, which you used to get. Although this is supposed to be round, when you approach it, it actually looks like there's sort of flat, lumpy faces to it, if you know what I mean. Like there are flat, lumpy faces that are just being distorted to look like they're round. Like, for example, if I move the cursor there, looks like that's a vertex, where like a point between three sides of like a cube. Can you not see that? So you've got one side goes up there, one goes down there, and one down there.
Orbital flight engaged.
That is really rather weird looking. Well, it's not the first time I've noticed that, of course. That's like a thing that keeps happening. Just gonna look for somewhere that looks nice to land. Maybe the edge of that crater, perhaps? Interesting. That sort of what look like little green patches and little reddish patches down on the right side of this crater. Anyway, let's go a little bit faster. Relatively safe on account of we're not pitched down too sharply.
Landing gear deployed.
was a very smooth landing. Right.
Warning. Dangerously low temperature detected.
Right, well. Wonder, should we try and find some of the geological stuff here? This is a new session. It might be good to check that my theory about the bug is true and that it's not a session related thing. Let's just do that. Just to satisfy ourselves.
Drive assist on. Low gravity warning. Drive assist off.
See what we can find. There's supposed to be some geological activity here. I seem to remember there was a good sign that there was some down in the crater, so we'll see what we can find in the crater. Ah, no. I think geological activities, maybe these higher bands? No, that's the ship, isn't it? I think that's just the signal from the ship. Let's see. I think this single low band's just going to be like a bronzite chondrite, or if we're lucky, a meteorite. Bronzite chondrite. Doesn't hurt to give it a blast. Oops, come on. Forget about the slope. There we go. It looks like there's at least something useful in there. Maybe the vanadium.
Cargo scoop deployed.
Okay. Right, there's something over there.
Landing gear retracted.
I'm really that far from the ship. Right. Where there's Pisces cobble, there's something geological. Best way to find them now, on account of they don't come in discrete points of interest. But that just proves what I thought was the case is the case, so that's what I expected to happen, to be honest. No Codex Discovery. That's phosphorus. Sometime in the not too distant future, we'll have need of some phosphorus again, because we'll be refueling the SRV and replenishing its ammunition. Get over here. Oops. Just another Pisces couple. Then again, means very little now whether it's a Pisces couple or not. There's even formerly rare geological formations don't produce rare materials anymore. I mean, in the afternoon session I was lucky enough to find some needle crystals, and they produced phosphorus. Which is not the way it used to work, sadly. Crystalline fragments. Oh, on a fumarole of some kind. Yeah, I need to go around the other side to do it. What kind of fumarole is this? Waterized fumarole. Hey, 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 hey. Carbon. Well, I think it's time we just called the ship back in. What we're doing. On one.
Ship recalled.
Taking its time. Here it comes.
Lighting gear deployed.
Sulfur. Right. Oops, board. There we go. Right. So that's 4A. And the next one to map will be the gas giant itself. I was
Cannot
just
comply.
thinking about stuff.
Landing gear retracted. Frameshift drive charging.
I was thinking about
4.
the hex
3,
code values for
2,
the blue shades
1.
used in the heat
Engage.
map, and maybe using a colour picker to arrange them in some potential gradient that might make sense based on my own observations. Again, I keep thinking that is not the sort of thing you should have to do as a player. That's the sort of thing that ought to be given to you. Generally speaking, if you're given values that are supposed to be of use to you, you need to be told how the scale of values works. Like, for example, if you were playing in a game with weapons where a value was given to you for gun accuracy and it was just like numbers, so one gun might have an accuracy of 0.1, another one might have an accuracy of 1, and another one might have an accuracy of 8, whatever, and you wouldn't know unless you're told which of those guns was the most accurate. Is the smaller number better or is the bigger number better? You don't really know, because it might be, for example, that the accuracy stat means something like if you fire 100 shots, what's the mean distance away from where you had your crosshairs in centimeters that the bullet will land, in which case the smaller the value the better the accuracy. Or it could be like marks on a scale from, 1 to 5, in which case, you know, where 1 is like the least accurate and 5 is the most accurate. You have to be told what the values, what the scale actually, how it works, what the values represent. And the same goes for a colour scale. Can't just go, alright, well here's the colour scale and you figure it out. No, you have to show us which colours are most likely to be there and which colours are least likely to be there. Show us what the scale actually looks like. This is actually quite flattened. It's almost Satsuma shaped. I should have accounted for that and I didn't. Yes.
Surface scanned by 50%. Surface scan complete.
Great, very good. So much for AB4. We've done 4H, we've done 4A, we haven't done 4B yet. So far in this system that I've discovered, and I'm looking at the Canon plugin on ED Market Connector here to help give me some of this information. There's a lot of geology and volcanism. So geology sites, we've got iron magma lava spouts on B1, silicate vapor fumaroles on B2, sulfur dioxide fumaroles on B1. We've got, according to this, unknown on AB1A, AB1CA and stuff. Water ice fumaroles on AB4A, water ice geysers on AB1C and A and AB4A. See, a lot of different types of geology. but I only get a 2,500 discovery voucher. The one. I mean, apparently there's minor nitrogen magma on AB4C. So who knows what we'll find when we get there. There's metallic magma on B1, but you mean you couldn't... Could you land on B1 and B2? I can't even remember now. I didn't think you could even land on them. Normally you don't get told about geological activity and like types of things. I mean, you might get told about volcanism, but you don't get told about geological activity on non-landable planets. Anyway, let's give this baby a scan.
Surface scanned by 50%.
Ooh, that matters it.
Surface scan complete.
Okay, we've got fumaroles, we've got geysers. Which do you want? Fumaroles, geysers, they're all in the same places. Fumaroles, geysers, hot pies, mushy peas. A lot of speckling. I think we ought to be trying to scan these different geological formations
Orbital flight engaged.
just for the EDM to see, for nothing else.
Landing gear deployed.
Okay. We'll have a little hunt in the SRV. Give him a scan. Just to be nice. Time was back when geomining actually worked properly. I'd always do it just for the joy of doing the mining. Starting to lose a little bit of paint on the undercarriage there. Oh, that's a fumarole with actual fumes coming out of it. Good for you. Come on. There we go. Ammonia ice fumarole. There you go. There's one of your two different kinds of geology on there. Just need to find the geysers now. Right, shoot that. Oh, what have we got? Vanadium. See? Vanadium from Pisces cobble.
Cargo scoop deployed.
Didn't used to get that, did you? Crystalline cluster. Yes, but what's that going to provide us with, one wonders? Oops. Oh, that's a new one. It's an actual new one. An ammonia ice geyser. I ought to get 50,000 for discovering that, and I haven't even got it. Hey, come on, right. Ammonia ice geyser. Well, that's cool. It's nice to tick off things from the codex. It's been a while for a geological tick, that is. Ammonia ice geyser. Da, da, da. Nice. So that's all the ice geysers done now. And let's see. There were a couple of ice fumaroles that I don't have yet. I don't have a silicate vapor ice fumarole or a sulfur dioxide ice fumarole. Apparently I still don't have a water geyser in this sector. I did find one in another sector, which is funny. What else? Don't have a carbon dioxide gas vent yet. And yeah, the other things are not geology, they're anomalies. So I'm doing pretty well. I've only got another 4 to tick off in this sector, really. But yeah, let's go see what the crystals have got in them. Let's not get excited there. Carbon. Carbon. They should have something better than that. But anyway, that's the geology all ticked off. Let's head back to the Maccabee. See, that's why it's worth scanning them, even if you're not getting thingamybobs. Might be something you haven't scanned yet. Oops, oops, oops. Let's not forget to disembark and get first footfall. The light's passing right through the cockpit, as it does. So, nice view of the gas giant there. If you look carefully, it does look like the SLV is slightly too large to actually come out of its little hatch. I guess it folds up to go in, eh? There you go, there you see it folding up. Seems to come up. Right, so that is AB4B. And the question now is, do I stop here and go and have my supper, or do I carry on? I think I'll stop here actually and go and have my supper. I hope you've enjoyed this stream. We did get a nice little codex discovery at the end there, even if we didn't get our 50,000 credits award that we should have done. Yes. It's a shame one can't leave links to live stream videos and timestamps for part of the issue reporting process, because that would actually be really useful. Because, you know, if a picture's worth 1,000 words, then a video's worth 1,000 pictures, isn't it? So there you go. I mean, in this case it's worth 30 per second, really. So anyway, thank you very much for watching, and bye for now, and see you next week at the same time. I still haven't come up with a proper sign off, sorry about that. Imagine I have some clever sign off that I've come up with.